Because you spoke just a minute ago about the voice. The self-voice.
Yeah.
And in Live What You Love, I talk a lot about the power of positive language.
Yeah.
And so do I have self-doubt? No, but I did.
Right.
So,
okay, talk to me about that then.
Yeah, so when I was inside...
How did you get from
When
one...
I was inside corporates, I was always second-guessing myself because I would think I would say something, but they heard something completely different.
Right.
So then I had to learn that I need to ask, how did that land for you? What was your takeaway from that? And then I had to learn it to shift to the power of asking great questions versus telling. So the power of asking a great question. So it's absolutely a journey of discovery. And, you know, I've read many of the motivational scores, who are you not to be great and all of the rest of it. But the thing I think that works the most for me is to say, I know myself. I know I can count on myself to do my best work. It is who I am for all those people around me. Now, that's an incredibly powerful statement.
Gave me goosebumps.
Yeah. So we often don't do the service of speaking to ourselves in the language we want to be heard. In other words, we're giving payment, or we're giving voice to the doubt, and the doubt comes from often comparison. So I was really sad when I watched Mike Cannon-Brookes' TED Talk, and he talked about his own self-doubt and this imposter syndrome. And I go, oh my God, you can't have this. I know who you are. I've met you many, many times, and you're one of my icons and people I adore. And you too, Scott, who's a friend, so I just say that. So I love them both. And I was just like, really? So maybe that's there, but it's how we deal with it and how we overcome with it. And you know, I'm a professional speaker. And I speak a lot to audiences, and I know that I can count on myself. Even if everything goes wrong, it's okay. I can do it. And I think that power of positive words and the positive language, to just keep arriving with the right words, the right message, and know you can count on yourself.
What are the do's and don'ts that you can share with us that come to mind when someone says to you, hey, Naomi, you know, I want to start an online business, and they're sitting on the fence? What are some of the things that they should look out for?
So why is it online? You know, is the question to ask, or, you know, like way back in 2001, there wasn't that many online businesses, and I had the space to myself effectively, but nobody knew anything either. So we were all just muddling our way through, trying a few things, and some things worked. I mean, I launched RedBalloon before there was Google AdWords. You know, it's like way back when, and people say, what would you do now? And I said, well, nothing that I did then. The question that you have is not whether it's online, or whether you go to a market stall, or whether you start a shop, or whether you start a consulting business. The question is, who am I serving, why am I serving, and how do they want to be served? And that might be online. Is it anywhere, anytime, anyhow? So it's not about the mechanism or the media, it is the who's my customer. So some people say, oh, I haven't got a Facebook page. Well, maybe your customers don't want to interact with you on a Facebook page, so don't start one. You know, if you're selling roofing tiles, they might not want to have an ongoing relationship with you with that level of intimacy, which is a very personal space. So it's about living in your customer's shoes, not whether I'm starting an online business. But online is really cluttered and it's really hard. Let me not pretend. Finding customers for your left-handed noodling device is harder than it's ever been before. So it's not, oh, I'll turn a website on and customers are going to come. It's not the way it works. So the way to drive growth is through advocacy. How do I get advocacy? Well, people who love and adore you and have an emotional connection with you. How do they have an emotional connection with you? They understand you. The product that you are delivering has a role to play in their life. So know, what is the job I'm being hired to do? The word hired is materially important. It implies a commercial outcome. So it's not, do I start an online business? It's, who do I want to serve? How do I want to serve them? How do they want to be served? What role do I play in their life? And the mechanism might be online.